6:15, and get ready for a lot of rain to move in by this evening and tonight. That's the big weather story today, and then we switch to the cold later this week and into Christmas weekend. It could be the coldest for decades on Christmas Day here for Southwest Florida. We'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to get you through today, prepare you for some of that heavy rain coming in later this evening and overnight. This morning, though, it's just about the cool weather. 58 degrees in Punta Gorda. We've got generally clear skies, 64 in Cape Coral. Several degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday as that chill starts to fade away. But look to the west. This is the next weather maker. It's going to be a big rainmaker for us, and that continues to move in from the Gulf of Mexico. You can see some lightning out there. We've got some rain over the north and eastern Gulf of Mexico, and that is all headed our way as that system continues to develop. The NBC2 First Alert live Doppler radar this morning sweeping clear, and we're not expecting to see any rain out there through the morning hours, but after about 2 and 3 o'clock, those rain chances will start to go up in a big way by this evening and after sunset. So let's get right to it. Tracking your hour-by-hour weather today, 8:30. We're cool, but we're sunny. Some upper 50s north and inland, 63 degrees for Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Bonita Springs, and Naples starting off at 64. Look how quickly we warm up today, even with some clouds starting to build in closer to lunchtime. So by 12 o'clock, we're in the upper 70s, pushing closer to 80 degrees. And you can see no green or yellows or reds on the map by 12 o'clock, but through the afternoon, we're going to start to see some isolated rain move in first from the Gulf of Mexico, but there's a much larger batch on the way that will really overspread most of Southwest Florida, and you can just tell by looking at the color table. Notice some of these brighter colors, the yellows, the reds, the purples and pinks, and that indicates the potential for some pockets of heavy rain along with some embedded thunderstorms. Now, let me just say, we're not expecting to see a big risk of severe weather for this. The tornado threat, incredibly low. We're not even going to see really strong winds, although it will be gusty and blustery at times with some winds up to around 30 to 40. But it's mainly going to be a rain event for us, and it's going to last for several hours, starting around sunset tonight and then going through about midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning as the rain eventually tapers off by sunrise on Wednesday. So here's your threat tracker today. The main thing we're watching for is the heavy rain and even some localized flooding. The heavy rain threat at a level 3 out of 5. The lightning, the high wind, that's at a level 1. So that's on the low end of the scale, and we are not expecting to see any of those ingredients for even an isolated tornado today. So that part of it, that's some good news, but that much rain, especially with tarps on our roofs, I know a lot of that maybe not welcome, but this will help to pay dividends as we get into the dry season and that brush fire threat starts to elevate this spring. So dry morning, showers and thunderstorms will start to move in after 3 o'clock, more isolated, and then becoming more widespread as we get into the evening from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight with a low of 65 degrees. Rain chances up to around 90% today. Wednesday and Thursday, just a stray shower tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to see some isolated rain as the next cold front, which will be an Arctic front, approaches, and there's that Arctic blast. Some of the coldest temperatures for Christmas in decades for a good portion of the lower 48, and we are going to get a piece of that. We're talking about those low temperatures on Christmas morning as low as the 30s and 40s. And even if you're in the 40s on Christmas morning, I can tell you, it's going to feel like the 30s everywhere with those winds coming in at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's a look down the road beyond the weekend. You can see here, by the way, Saturday and Christmas Day, highs in the mid to upper 50s, so not even getting up to 60 degrees. Then we gradually start to warm up next week. I've got some more perspective on just how cold it's going to be for Southwest Florida this Christmas and how long it's been since it's been that cold coming up in your First Alert forecasts.